It has been 3 months since the new year of 2025, and since then, I have played some games that made me change my perspective on games and life in general. I want to talk about 3 games that really made my 2025 so far that much better. 2 of these games came out this year, and the last one has been released for quite a bit of time. You could probably guess the 2025 games based on what has been on my channel, but the last title will probably either remind you of this great game or give you a game that will be put on your bucket list. Let's start off with the obvious game that I've been playing a bunch ever since it came out. Monster Hunter Wilds. I know. I already talked about this game in my unique game video. Why you should play Monster Hunter Wilds video, and I even 100%ed it as well. I will just keep this short, but if you want a more in-depth talk about why I love this game, I recommend going to watch those videos. I have played many competitive games in my gaming career, and I love trying to get better at them as much as possible. But to a point, it starts to feel like a chore. I even realized I like teaching people how to get better at these games rather than getting even better myself. It made me feel joy that the information I provided was solid info that can help a lot of people. But how does this even correlate to Monster Hunter Wilds? Well, in competitive games, this term is thrown out everywhere, and it always exists in this scene. That is meta. Meta champions and leagues, meta cars to play in Rocket League, and even meta armor sets and weapons in Monster Hunter Wilds. You might not even know what meta is. Well, meta is anything that is seen as the best possible way of winning in a game. Like meta champions in League, some champions are stronger because of their kits, the items, the runes, and even because of meta itself. There is no way to escape these in competitive games, as meta just gives you the biggest possible chance of winning a game. But for some reason, recently it has been spreading to more casual games like Monster Hunter Wilds. Best longsword build, best dual blade build, fastest weapon kill ever. All of this stuff is really cool, but in my experience, it can get pretty boring real fast when you are running one kit every hunt. In my eyes, meta kind of kills creativity. There are so many weapons and so many different armor pieces that the developers made for a specific reason. To create more experiences and content by letting people choose how they would like to play the game. If you haven't already, try creating a fun build in Monster Hunter that fits your playstyle. I would bet you would enjoy it a lot more rather than playing meta. Anyways, good game. Go play it. 10 out of 10. Games in basically all contexts are about entertaining people and providing experiences that you can't get anywhere else. But sometimes those experiences are too good to not share. Before I share my experience, why not consider subscribing? It is completely free, and if you aren't enjoying the content anymore, you can just unsubscribe at any time. This next game didn't start the era of extraction horror games, but it is one of the best that has been released, and that is Repo. Obviously, this game was inspired by Lethal Company, who created the era of extraction multiplayer horror games. I would love to talk more about how Lethal Company changed the horror genre and how it revolutionized it, but that's not what this video is about. Repo has basically the same gameplay loop of Lethal Company with a few twists, but everything that makes Repo good and these extraction horrors are the people that you play them with. You need to use teamwork in order to get past many later levels, but sometimes teamwork is broken up by the chaos of the monsters and the funny screams and moments you have with many of the friends you play with.
Did you change the channel, bro?
Yeah, I got you real quick.
They got like
Yes,
hip hop rated.
Despacito.
Nah, I don't like this channel.
Rip off my shirt if you love it.
This game has made me realize how much I love playing games with others and is my favorite way of playing games. Sometimes I would sit down on my computer to try to figure out what I would want to play, but for the most part I would find nothing. I would launch YouTube or Crunchyroll, or maybe just start making a video, and then I would wait until finally someone got on. It's not like I hate playing games by myself, but the experience I have with others just makes it 10 times better. Sometimes we would talk about life, relationships, make jokes, and just enjoy a good time while playing a fun and interactive video game like Repo. It's not about trying to get far into a game, but it's about the people you play with and the unique moments that happens every time you boot up the game. This is a great game to play with others, and I highly recommend having your friend group give it a try. The devs are also still releasing new content and balance changes to keep the game interesting.
It's like fucking doomsday.
This last game is very different from the two games we have talked about, and is one that has really made me think about how simple gameplay can be when you have an interesting and interactive world. Stray is an amazing single-player story game about a post-apocalyptic world where humans are extinct and robots are the only ones around. You play as a stray cat that is trying to get back to its family after falling into the city that is said to be the last place safe on Earth. The gameplay of Stray is very simple, and is probably one of the best games to play for newer gamers. There is some platforming in this game, but it is all predetermined. You can't fall down to your death, and it shows you exactly where you can jump and has no chance of failing. It also has puzzles and objectives you need to complete in the game, but anytime the player gets stuck, you have a companion that tells you exactly what you need to do. This game is very straightforward for the most part, but it still offers content if the player decides to explore the other parts of the levels, and has dialogue with characters. The game is absolutely stunning, and has some of the best attention to detail in any game I have ever played. But the simple gameplay is not what makes the game great. Since the gameplay is so straightforward and simple, you can really just slow down and pay attention to everything that is happening around you, and the lives of the many robots you are interacting with. It also helps you pay attention to the story more, as you don't have to worry about any complicated puzzles or platforming that many games focus on. It sounds boring, but is actually a very fun experience, being able to take a game at your own pace without anything pushing you forward. The whole point of the game is to observe and explore to your heart's content of this interesting world the developers have created. And that is 3 games that made my 2025 so far better. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. If you have any games you would like to share, please leave a comment. I hope you have had some games in your 2025 that have made it better, and maybe you will give the games I gave a try. Take care now.